Hello everybody and welcome to the first week of the TexSEF CI or the TexSEF iRacing channel. Today we're going to be doing the Grand Prix at Laguna Seca. Today is the preseason testing for the TexSEF iRacing season. We're here in Laguna Seca, here in the broadcast booth with your host, myself, Wesley Shaw, otherwise known as Rich Revs, and we are just about halfway through, or most of the way through qualifying, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at a couple of the really good laps here at Laguna Seca with our qualifying. We're going to take a look at who we have leading right now, and we're going to see just what happens today here at Laguna Seca. We're going to be doing 35 minutes of our Laguna Seca, so we'll say about a good 30 or 40 miles today. So prepare and get ready, because right now we have a good guy known as Axel from Science Academy that is leading the pack right now. So we're going to take a look at a couple of his laps and really get a hold of what he's doing here. So as we're going to take a look here in just one moment. Seems to be a very fast driver there in that Porsche GT3 car. Taking that turn a little wide there. Running it nice and deep through the third corner as we're coming up, and we're just going to go ahead and hop over into the race. My bad. Sorry, folks. We're still trying to get a hang of things going on here since this is the first race of the season. So keep in mind that we're not really used to this over here, and we are going to make sure that we do better as time goes on. So here we are here at Laguna Seca, just taking a little bit of a scenic look around the track here just to get comfortable with where we are going to end up going. So we have about a minute until the race goes on. So we're going to let the drivers kind of get up there on track, get out, get the car started, get them warm, and get ready for racing. You can kind of see we only have 3 drivers today, which is a little low for attendance, but then again, it is the preseason testing, so fear not. Nothing to really lose here, nothing that we're really going to gain. So there's no points going on. No points being lost, no points being made today, but it is a lot of fun to sit here and run around with. So the drivers are starting to get underway, and we're about to get going under green flag. Pit car is in. Here we are. Axel leading in the Porsche. We have Hebron High School with Marco with the Mustang, and then we have leading off with Cy from Lubbock in that BMW running up in that 3rd spot.
Green flag.
And green flag has dropped, and we are underway for the 35 minutes of Laguna Seca. Immediate down a single file line as we're coming up in turn 1. Let's see, will Marco make a deep move like I know that he will be? He's been doing it all last season. No, we're still going to sit 3-way, 3 little lines running through. We have that BMW kind of run a little bit wide there, so he's a little bit loose. Maybe the tires aren't very warm. I don't blame him. This is a very, very tough track to do, especially in these GT3 cars. So we're going to see what happens as we're still running that single file line with that Porsche running oh so strong, confident in his lead. He's just holding down that fort with Marco right on his tail, with that BMW not too far behind, sitting in 3rd place. Number 43 car takes that turn just a little bit too shallow, and we're going to see if that maybe give a little bit of an edge to that Mustang of Marco van der Hoosen. So does he make that move? No, he does not, coming into the corkscrew. And we're going to start going upstairs to the top of the track, the highest point on the track. And we're going to start going to the most difficult corner. Lines it up a little bit deep there. But a very good corner to run onto that one. The Mustang is a little bit faster in terms of a straight line compared to the Porsche, but the Porsche is a little bit more nimble. It's a good all-around car, but seems right now we have just a 2-way battle with the BMW sitting a little bit far back into the 3rd spot right now. So that lime green Cus Red Bull Porsche still maintaining that lead as the first lap is coming to a close. So we're going to keep going on here with Marco not too far behind. So he does not want to make a single mistake. Otherwise, it is lights out for that Porsche. So with Marco sitting in the second position, kind of just getting a little bit comfortable getting the laps down the way, and a little bit of a peak there from Marco, and they're side by side coming around the corner. Does Marco get that move made all the way? He may just have it. Not quite. He's now stinking back down in that second position while that Porsche makes a little bit better of an exit, but it gets a little squirrely, and Marco's through! Marco's through, and they're still side by side. Marco's still trying to get that power from the Mustang underway, and he has moved, and he is now into first position. Marco is not out of the water yet. He still has that Porsche clinging onto him, wanting to make that move back, try and get that first place back, and see if he does coming up into this corkscrew. It might not be, but Marco's going to be a very strong leader here. I've seen him all season. Last season, I've seen him many seasons before. You saw me race him a lot of the times before in the first couple of seasons. So fear not. Marco is a very strong candidate, but Axel is not too far. He makes a little bit of a fake. He shoots on the inside, and does he make that move? Almost, but Marco, with that straight line speed, comes back into it for the last turn. Marco has the inside line, but he keeps that position there. So we're going to see a little bit more action in the next 32 minutes as it unfolds here at Laguna Seca with a two-way battle, and the BMW is just kind of moving slowly. So we're going to see what happens here. We're going to take a little bit of an onboard look here for the Mustang driver. Very fast car, very nice, very American car. We have that giant V8 screaming. So we're going to let you take a look here for a lap here of the Mustang driver of Hebron. We're going to let you listen to it. And that was a lap aboard the Mustang of Marco from Hebron. Very strong car. He seems to be building that little bit of a lead, but he does not want to make a single mistake, because if he just makes one mistake, like coming into this corkscrew, that Porsche is going to be opening back up for that first position. We've seen Axel become a very strong driver here in the last couple of seasons here of the TexSEF iRacing League. So he's been a very good driver, very strong. He's actually improved a lot since his debut here in the TexSEF iRacing League. He's gotten really a lot faster, a lot stronger in terms of competition. You saw him go from a back marker to now he is fighting and contending for that lead. He had a qualifying lap of 124.355 compared to the Mustang driver leading right now, which is Marco, at a 123.964. So he's gotten a lot faster, a lot quicker. And Lubbock side did not qualify, so he's still going to be running around in that third place here for the preseason. We're going to take a look back at him for a moment and see kind of what he's been contending with today. I personally race these BMWs. They're very strong cars, very good, nice rounding cars, especially for the corners. We're going to take a look at him. If we can get a hold of the right camera there. Sorry, folks, it is just me today in the booth, so we're just kind of walking around here. Taking a little bit wide there, so a little bit slower approach. Still just trying to get a hold of it. It gets a little loose there. for the right-hander. Still a little bit wide, so he's getting a good, comfortable bearing of his track here at Laguna Seca. Making sure he feels every inch of this track. Make sure he's getting all the tires used. Make sure he's feeling out that arrow. See where he's faster, where he's going to be able to make up time. It's in about second gear here, starting to go up the hill here, up towards the bridge of the left-hander. About fourth gear, you can always hear these drivers run across these borders of the track. You really want to sit towards the right outside edge just to make sure you get every use of the track. Make sure you get the full rotation of the car. You start to see that downhill left going here. Really just chuck it in there and just kind of hope for the best. Try and hope that you get all the grip you can. Running a little bit slower right across the bacon curve there as we run all the way across the track. Right down to the good old piece of track we love to see. Laguna Seca is one of my personal favorite tracks. I always love to be here. I love whether I'm driving, commentating, or producing something going on. I love being a part of the Laguna Seca. So this is a lap with our BMW driver from Lubbock. Love that paint scheme that he has on that car, that BMW Classic white, blue, and red. We're going to try and get him a little bit of a more school-inspired paint scheme, so that may happen a little bit later on in the season. But like I said, today is the preseason race, so no worries today. We're going to cut back into this big fight going on between the Mustang and the Porsche. This is not a fight I would expect to see between a Porsche and an American muscle. This is a fight of the century here at Laguna Seca. This is a good fight going on today. We're going to see a lot going on here between these drivers. We're going to see a lot more fighting, a lot more picking where you're going to choose your battles, where you're going to choose when to corner and when you want to make that move. Like you saw with Marco earlier, taking that pass into the lead spot, which Axel did not make it easy. And right now he is not making it easy. He is all over his mirrors. That Porsche is not making it easy for this Mustang to go through. He is making sure that he feels every last bit right on his gearbox. You see that Mustang just start crawling away on the straights. You can just see him run away with it in the straight, but that Porsche catches right back into him. You can almost just read the letters on that bumper the way that Porsche is just catching right back into him. And he is right on his bumper coming into the turns, but that Mustang's raw strength comes through on this straight. You just see him start pulling a bit further away every single time. Let's take a look here aboard the Porsche now of the number 43 of Axel from Science Academy. All over him, not letting him get a single bit of breathing room. He's crawled back that 1.5 second gap that he had built. But that Mustang, man, that Mustang is just going to keep trying to run away with it in the straights. At number 47, this Mustang from South Africa, almost into the bumper of him before he finally locks it down on the brakes. And a little bit of contact there made between the two bumpers of the Porsche and the Mustang. It is not looking good here, folks. It is super high intense, a lot of adrenaline flowing through these drivers. There's a lot going on between these two, a lot of fighting, a lot of tension, and they are making sure that each one is heard. They are making sure every argument is made. There's a lot going on here today here at Laguna Seca. Within the 35 minutes of a race, we have 25 minutes left, and it is action-packed. Every turn is a nail-biting sequence, with that Porsche running a little bit wide, trying to get a little bit of an undercut going there around the double left-hander, and it is made. Marco's off the track, and the Porsche almost has the move done. They're side by side, but the Porsche backs out of it, gives the position back to Marco just because he went a little bit wide. I kind of understand it, but that Mustang, I would have stayed right on his bumper trying to keep as much pace as I can because it's not looking like an easy battle. It's just going to keep going on between the two. This battle is going to keep going all day long. Whether that Porsche is going to see nothing but taillights or if that Mustang may see another set of taillights here in just a moment coming into the next coming corners. But that Porsche seems to be a very common car to run. I've ran it before. It is a very strong, very equal car. It's not the fastest in a straight line, and it's not the best in a quarter, but it will make sure it packs every single punch. It'll make you feel every single one, and it is the best overall. That is why there is a Porsche GT3 Cup. And that would be amazing to see if we could get the drivers to do a Porsche GT3 Cup, but that is not in the season so far. But right now, as it stands, we are still looking very strong in terms of fighting with that Porsche all over that bumper of the Mustang, making sure he gets every bit of air, every bit of draft coming into this straight, trying to keep a hold of that Mustang bumper just because the raw power of it just shines on through. But that Porsche is going to catch right into this braking zone. Runs a little bit wide again, see if he's getting another little undercut here. Maybe he can cut to the inside. But no, Marco says no, this is my spot, this is my corner. He's going to keep a hold of it. With the track being a little bit dirty, we have 23 minutes left in this race, and we are making sure we get every single action-packed moment between these two cars and the BMW back in the third position. This action-packed stuff is a whole lot of fun. Let's see if he can make another move. He is right on the bumper. This would be a perfect spot for a move coming up into the corkscrew, into the downhill section. Will he make his move, or is he just going to tuck back under and make sure he gets another lap under the way? Almost. Both drivers absolutely sending it through the corkscrew. We're just going to sit here, sit back, and we're going to let you listen to this action going on for the next lap or so and just let you see the amount of fighting between these two drivers. And we're back. And you see the Mustang has spun out. That was a huge move going on there. We're going to take a look here, going back a bit. And we're going to look at where and what is happening. We're going to take a look here at the inside of the car, see what happens here. Take a look at the chase cam here. As he was chasing down that move after Axel made them pass, gets a car a little bit upset and just loses the traction there. Just seems to be he sent it a little bit too hard through that corner, upset the car, then just kind of spun it around and was not a very good move there. He got a little bit too eager there for the turn, so that's going to leave Axel back into the lead. We're going to kind of take another look here at the Science Academy car and see what's going on. But right now, it seems that the Porsche is just going to run away with it as it stands. We have the car here of the Porsche running away with this kind of solid lead that he has built up. Currently set the fastest time of the race. Started on pole, and Axel is back into the lead. So he's just running away with that pole position. Marco from Hebron about 11.7 seconds back. So we're going to see if he can crawl that back. 12 seconds now. 18 and a half minutes to go in this race. So we're going to see what happens between the three cars. Let's see if Marco can catch back up or if it's sealed the deal for Axel to take home the win. Going to let you know here, this is a part of the TexSEF iRacing League. If you want to know more, if you want to participate, let us know. Join TexSEF.org. TexSEF is an organization known as the Texas Scholastic Esports Federation. The foundation, it is a league and a foundation made for Texas esports. So if you are in high school, if you're in middle school, and you want to join, check it out at www.texsef.org. And you can join right now. TexSEF has a bunch of amazing games. There's iRacing, obviously, here. There's Smash Bros. There's Tekken. There's Street Fighter. There's Valorant. There's so many games. I can't possibly name them right here. But if you or anyone you know are interested in high school esports, go ahead and check it out at www.texsef.org. And we will see you here. We're going to kind of pop this up into the top left corner, and we're going to let that kind of sit there and be a reminder to us of what an amazing lead this is, what an amazing time that we're having between this great racing going on here. Flying by the wire, flying by the hem of our pants here today during the preseason testing. So don't expect too much out of me. Don't expect too much. Too bad of commentating. We're going to do the best we can with what we got. Just kind of making everything as I go, making everything as we kind of go on through and make ourselves known through, you know. So we're not doing too bad, I don't think. If you think we're doing good, let me know. Put it in the chat, and we will see just how well that we can keep going here. Gonna go ahead and check on the gap to the drivers. Actually, while we were speaking, Marco has a penalty. Marco has a 22-second time penalty and is in third place. Sai from Lubbock has made the pass into second place, leaving Marco to do nothing but try and make this a recovery race after what happened a few laps ago. You saw a bit more happen, but now he is on that recovery drive with the BMW now trying to hold on to that second position. You see him absolutely flying. That BMW has grown wings and is currently flying with that second place lead right now, but Marco is not going to let him have it easy. He's going to make sure that he feels the pressure. Same way that Axel was doing to Marco earlier. Marco's going to make that BMW know that he is all over him right in the mirrors, and that gap is steadily closing. And the BMW is feeling the pressure, gets a little bit loose coming into the right-hand corner there. We're going to see what happens between these two magnificent drivers, driver from Lubbock and the driver from Hebron. Cy and Marco. We're going to see what happens as it unfolds between the South African Mustang and the Lubbock BMW. Will Marco get that move done, or will the BMW hold him off and take home the second position here in the preseason race at Laguna Seca? Gets a little bit loose there in that left-hand corner, so he's definitely feeling that pressure, definitely seeing Marco in his mirrors, and it may get to him. We don't know just for certain, but he sends it right through the corner, really strong through that corkscrew downhill. Gets a little bit of a lead going here between the Mustang and the BMW. We're going to see what happens here. The BMW is a very, very fast car. It's a very strong car. You really have to know what you're doing to understand what's happening here. And that BMW car sends it a little bit wide through the last corner. They're giving Marco all the room that he can to kind of catch a little bit here, but that BMW is not making it easy. Getting a little bit more of a lead here between the three cars, with Axel just absolutely running away with the lead. You see the three cars back here about 56 seconds away from Axel. So Axel is almost for certain going to win this race, taking home the pole position, the fastest lap, and the win here, leaving these two cars fighting for second. They're fighting for the second-hand place of this race. So we're going to see what happens in the closing 12 and a bit minutes to go here at Laguna Seca. Takes a little bit of our overlays here, folks. It seems that BMW has picked up a lot of pace, but it doesn't matter because that Mustang is going to slowly try and claw his way back into this fight, get a little bit of a draft going, and we're going to see just what happens here within the next lap, whether Marco makes a pass or the BMW holds him off for another lap. This is TexSEF iRacing. And all but one lap later, and we see the Mustang has crawled his way back onto the tail end of that BMW. And we're going to see just what happens between these two cars fighting for that second place spot. We see that it is now a full minute behind between Axel and these two behind cars. So we're going to see what happens, see what goes on between this fight that is starting to ensue the race here at Laguna Seca. Will the BMW hold him off for another lap, or will Marco finally make the pass and get back his second position? Watch through as we have 10 minutes left here on the timer here, folks. And we are getting still underway. We're still strong, still going on for the 35 minutes of Laguna Seca and the GT3 class here for TexSEF iRacing. And that Mustang is starting to really show its true colors of absolutely running on the straight. You can see it is making those strides that Mustangs do. It is prancing like a horse and making sure every single cylinder is firing at 100% capacity and making sure that he stays on that bumper, waiting for a mistake from the BMW to capitalize on it and get just that much further. A little bit wide here coming into the double right-hander. Marco running a little bit onto the gravel there, onto the sand here in California. Good, strong moves from both cars. BMW trying desperately to hold on to that second position, but don't fret because that Mustang is moving to the inside. Makes a feint trying to get the BMW to mess up just a bit. That little feint down the inside may have messed him up, may have gotten in his head just a bit, but fret not because that BMW will not falter. Coming back into the cruise car, runs a little bit wide, giving Marco a little bit better room, getting a bit better of a run to get in. And we're going to see what happens into this sloping left-hander going downhill into the right-hander. Nice little run there for the BMW with the Mustang not too far behind. We're going to see if he gets all the way over. BMW running a little bit late to the line, but Marco's right there. BMW makes a mistake. He is off, and that gives Marco all the capitalization that he needs, but the BMW blocks him. The BMW has blocked after that super wide move, that giving him a little bit more of a space to fight, and the Mustang is not too happy with him, making a little bit move to the inside, but it's too far to make a strong move all the way through the pass, but the BMW retains that second place. Man, that BMW is not wanting to give up any kind of room, not wanting to give up any space for the Mustang to capitalize, but Marco is all over his mirrors, making sure he feels every ounce of that Mustang running through on his bumper. We haven't seen any contact between the two, but it's gotten so insanely close, especially after that right-hander for the last corner there. BMW running a little bit late onto the curb there. A little bit defensive here between the two cars. Mustang kind of taking a little bit of a peek towards the outside here. Will he get the move done? I don't think so, because we've seen it all race. We've seen every move trying to get made into the corkscrew. They just kind of slowly back out and give the move back, not wanting to get too bad, but we have seen each other all over the mirrors of the car in front. That BMW getting a little bit more space, a little bit more breathing room from that Mustang. Oh, that beautiful roar of the BMW is such a great move to run between these three cars with Axel in the Porsche, Cy in the BMW, and Marco in the Mustang. Three very strong cars in the GT3 class. I'm very happy to see this. And we have a lot more breathing room between the BMW and the Mustang. And Marco's going into the pits. Marco's pitting. Why is Marco pitting? What is going on with this Mustang from South Africa? I wonder. Could it be damage? Could it be tire wear? Could it be fuel? We're not sure. There's no way to tell. But he is in the pits. He is rolling up to his spot, and that is losing time for the last 6 minutes and 40 seconds in here in this race. As you see that Porsche coming from the back, you see Marco just sitting there now. Wonder if it's maybe a little bit of damage. Could be something catastrophic. Could not be. Might just be what we're going to take a look here. The Porsche lapping Marco. That is a bad day for Marco. Marco went from fighting in contention for the lead to now getting lapped by Axel. Something that I did not foresee here in this race. Something that is not too terribly good for Marco. He's going to take home. He's in the pits now for 51 seconds. Not sure really what's going on there. Could just be maybe some damage. Could be a required pit stop. I may be wrong there. But that leaves Axel here in the lead, and that is almost guaranteeing Cy to take home second place. Unless something catastrophic happens between the BMW or the Porsche, it looks like we just might have our final order here between the three cars from the preseason opening of the TexSEF iRacing League here today on Monday, January 19th. Don't fret, because this isn't the last race of this isn't the only race of the week. We do have Monday and we have Fridays. That is right. We have 2 races a week for the TexSEF iRacing League. So don't fret. So this is not the only time you're going to be able to catch this bit of action. You're going to be able to catch it on Friday as well, between maybe some more drivers, maybe less. We may just see it might be a lot closer, might be a lot further, but that will be waiting to see on Friday here at Laguna Seca. We're going to be running the same class, same cars, same action here at Laguna Seca. So get ready for the 23rd of Friday, where you'll see more action-packed racing, and you can check us out here at TexSEF iRacing. Here now with 5 minutes to go. Just want to shout out again to TexSEF for making such a wonderful league. You can check out TexSEF at www.texsef.org. Texas Scholastic Esports Foundation. Great league, great foundation for all of your esports needs for high school and middle school esports here in Texas. If you or anyone you know in school would love to try out and maybe be interested in esports, whether that be Valorant, CSGO, Tekken, Street Fighter, iRacing, and many more games, even including chess. That's right, chess. If you or anyone you know that is in school is interested in either being a part of the Esports Foundation, being a part of an esports team, or interested in being a part of the league in any type of way, check it out at www.texsef.org. Kind of seeing something in the chat. Was that a scheduled pit stop? I do not believe so. I don't know if we have scheduled pit stops or not here in this race. So we'll wait to see that, whether the checkered flag comes if the BMW takes a bit of a penalty. Maybe not. I'm not sure. But we'll see today here at Laguna Seca. Take a look here back at the BMW from Lubbock. Just kind of cruising through and letting people know that he is here and he means business. He may have sat in third place taking his time, but he is all warmed up now. He is up for the speed and he is going. He is ready to run. He is ready to rumble. If he could catch the Porsche from Science Academy, that would be amazing, but I don't think that's going to happen here in the last 3 minutes. So we're all but certain going to see the last remaining order here between the three cars, between Science Academy, Lubbock, and Hebron High School. And we're just going to see a lot more running, a long stretch of long legs here between the three cars in the GT3 class at Laguna Seca. So we're going to see more running, a lot more chilled, relaxed action. I think we are just about done on the most part of the fighting. And now we're just kind of taking a look here, making sure we feel good, making sure the car runs good, putting down solid lap times, and we're just seeing what happens in the next closing laps here in the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds of the 35 minutes of Laguna Seca. But fret not. For me as your host and producer, Wesley Shaw, here a part of the TexSEF iRacing League, a part of the streaming of the Rich Revs Twitch channel. So stay here, stay focused, and let's get the last closing laps here at Laguna Seca. It looks like the BMW is going to be starting to make his way down pit road. Could just be a regularly scheduled stop, or it could be maybe a bit of damage. We're not sure. But it looks like it's probably going to just be a bit of a scheduled pit stop. So we're going to see that Mustang start crawling back away. You kind of saw him just start closing in on the Mustang, maybe for his pit, starting to lap the Mustang, which isn't good for our boy from Hebron, Marco, in the South African Mustang. Not very good news to hear from him. I know his pit crew isn't very happy to see that, but it seems like it's just going to keep going on. Another day, another run, and another chance at some better pit stop times. But we're going to take another look here at Axel in the Porsche from Science Academy, just running away with the lead. It seems like it's all but determined here in the last 30 seconds here that our winner, Science Academy, the number 43 Porsche, Axel Madrano. So we're going to see in the last couple of laps here, last 2 laps here for the TexSEF iRacing League, brought to you by W.GG. If you love energy drinks, you'll love W.GG. It is all natural. It is all better. It is so much better. No jitters. It is all clean caffeine from W.GG. So use code REVS10 at checkout for 10% off your next order at W.GG. Coming up to the last lap, we're going to let you take a listen on board of the Porsche. We haven't seen the Porsche on the inside yet. We're going to take a look here for the last lap here for a little bit of a victory lap, but we see that Mustang come from the rear, but it is all but sealed the deal here. So we're going to take a look and let you listen to the Porsche for the last lap of white flag. Checkered flag has dropped, and that seems to be the last bit of the race. We're going to go ahead and take a break here just for a moment, and we're going to see if we can get a hold of the winner of today for the preseason here at TexSEF iRacing. Give us one moment. We'll be right back, and we will let you know on what happens. And we're back. We're going to get a hold of our boy Axel here. Hey, Axel, you got a copy?
A what?
You got a copy?
I don't know what that means, guys. Chat. What does that mean?
Well, Axel, you just won the 35 minutes here at Laguna Seca. You've taken home the victory in that 43 Porsche. How was that fight between you and Marco going before he spun? Was it giving you a lot of nervousness, a lot of worry?
No, I mean, I was pretty confident at one point I might pass him. I felt like I had the edge on the pace, but he just placed the car perfectly, you know? And I think if it wasn't for that like risky dive bomb on the final corner, I probably wouldn't have passed him and probably would have gotten hit by him on his spun.
Yeah, that seemed like a very, very tough fight that y'all had in the last few laps early on. But then Marco kind of got a little bit too eager there in that sloping uphill left-hander, and he spun out, giving you all the room you needed to secure that victory. Once that was done, you were in open air the rest of the race, so it felt more like practice laps to you there after that. How was that feeling to know that once Marco spun, you were kind of just left by yourself in the open air?
It felt pretty good. I mean, I put in a banger laps during that time. I felt like at ease, no one pushing me, you know. And I don't know, man. It felt like I just zoned out during that time.
Yeah, it definitely looked like it. You took home the pole position in qualifying. You brought home fastest lap and victory down here in the victory lane here at Laguna Seca. Is there anyone you want to thank, anyone you want to shout out here before we let you go for your victory?
My old teammate Javier, I miss him. I would want to race with him again. He was an idol, you know. He really helped me push myself to where I am before. I feel like this year's been a big change. I've really like put in the hours and I've made a big improvement to my overall skill, you know. I just want to thank Javi.
Absolutely, and shout out to Hobby for being such a great mentor and a great driver. We kind of saw you run from backline a few seasons ago to now you're fighting for that lead, so that's an amazing feeling for you. So thank you so much, Axel, for stopping by and letting us interview you. We're going to let you go and celebrate your win.
Thank you, Wesley. Have a good one.
Absolutely. You too. All right, folks, and that was the winner of the race, Axel Medrano from Science Academy. So we're going to let him go ahead and go celebrate his victory, and we're going to close out the stream here. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to check us out, check it out at www.texsef.org for all of your esports needs for Texas Esports Foundation. And we will see you on Friday back here at Laguna Seca for the 35 minutes of Laguna Seca back in the GT3 cars. Same time, same channel. We'll see you all next time.